This week on J-Boy's Joystick, we got Desmond in Assassin's Creed 2. Alright, we got Assassin's Creed 2. I don't have any of the other random a-holes around today, or I'd have them sitting here talking to them about it. So I'm just going to babble to the camera for a while, and this will be fun. Assassin's Creed 2. If y'all remember the first one, a little recap. You played Altair. He was an assassin in the Templars' time. Well, this time you play a guy named Enzo, and he's an assassin in the Renaissance time. Really interesting change, I thought. There's one thing I want to point out before I get too far ahead of myself is the graphics. Graphics aren't beautiful. They kept the exact same graphics from the first one. So it's a little rough looking, but the game, I started looking past it. After about an hour in, I completely forgot that the graphics were even like that. So that was fine in my book. Other people might have a problem with it, but whatever. Yeah, this is where Ian cues in the graphic of the game. Yeah, so you do revisit some of a memory. Like, I remember one in particular memory from the first game. And that was nice, you know, it kind of just leads you in slowly. It doesn't just throw you into a new character. Well, the Renaissance period, they kind of give you free roam over a lot of Italy. Enzo comes from a normal, well, not a normal family. I think they're kind of like a more wealthy family. And, yeah, you just start off by doing missions for your dad, and one thing leads to another, and you get an assassin suit. Like I said, they didn't focus on graphics. They focused a lot on how the character moves. You can really tell, actually. It's way more fluid the way the character moves, jumps from thing to thing. They focused a lot on weapons, and you can now change your clothing, like your color, little cape you got over your arm. Yeah, the weapons, they really focused on that. Ridiculous amount, actually. You used to just, have one sword. You had just, that weapon, that was about it. You had your hidden blade too, but I mean, as far as a good fight, you're gonna just use your sword. Well, you got like maces, hammers, they give you daggers this time, they give you throwing knives. You now got 2 hidden blades, so that's awesome. You can just kind of shink, hit 2 of them in the head. That's fun. Smoke bombs. But as you all remember, the first game felt had a good beginning and a good end. Not really a middle. It was kind of like really repetitive. Yeah, a lot of open area where you're just running around and just felt lost. But this time, they did a way better job. They took everything that was good about the first one and removed everything that was bad and put in more good, which I think a lot more games should do. Instead of focusing on this multiplayer stuff, maybe focus on something like that. The weapons, the clothes, it's not just like a few weapons. You got a good choice. You got like probably a good 20 swords and hammers and maces and stuff like that, and that doesn't even include the small items like your daggers and stuff like that. I actually haven't talked to anyone else who's played this game, so I don't really have any constructive criticism from anyone else. I know the Ace of Diamonds, he played it. Nick, he played it, and he enjoyed it. He pointed out the graphics, but I don't think he played long enough to really understand what they did with, what they focused on. He would have forgot about the graphics really, really fast. Alright, I'll talk more about the areas that you get to go to. You got your own villa. It's your uncle's villa. Basically, just a big mansion in a little town, a little crap town. It starts out to be. But you can upgrade this town, make it better, bring in income. So that kind of just a whole another aspect of the game, which was really cool. You get to go to you get to go to Rome. You go to Rome at the very end of the game, actually. You also get Altair's old attire, his old costume, and that's kind of like the end game. It's kind of like, hey, good job, you get the stuff in the first game. So you get a sword too, that's pretty cool. And they didn't leave out the horses. You can still get on a horse and take a ride. So upgrading your equipment, just really fun. There's it's not just the main story either. You're not just gonna run through the story and then just toss the game aside, because you got you still got all your little lookout things. You got side quests. You got like beat up events where you just fight a group of people. Assassin tombs, where that's how you unlock Altair's old costume. Assassin contracts, just kill people. Normal races, courier assignments. A lot of treasures to look for, feathers, and then there's another thing. You use your old eagle vision, which is kind of like a thermal vision. You can see these weird markings, and they every time you go to a weird marking or you find one, it unlocks a puzzle. And when you beat the puzzle, you get a small fragment of memory. So that's kind of neat. Seems like it would take forever. I actually didn't finish that completely. Some of those places you can go to, Venice, Florence, Tuscany, and they're not little, they're huge. You unlock like 3 or 4 different districts in each area. So yeah, the game altogether probably took me, I don't even know, probably at least 20 hours, 25 hours. So it's worth it. Overall, I'm going to give this game a 9.5. Did a fantastic job. Only thing they could have done to make the game better, graphics. But not a stickler on graphics. So as long as the gameplay is good, it's good. So that's J-Boy's Joystick for this week. Next week it's a toss-up. Don't know what I'm doing. Might get Dragon Age. Might do Left 4 Dead 2. Maybe Uncharted. I don't know. So stick around, and I'll catch y'all next week.